Welcome all. So today we'll be talking about a very important topic since Navratras are coming very soon. It's starting from 8th of April. So I thought of making up a video on the auspicious days of Navratras and the Sapshati part that we talk about, which actually is very important aspect of these 9 days, auspicious days of Navratras. So let's get started. This is a very important topic, and I would want that each one of you should listen to this video very carefully, because this video has not been created because any mails have come to us or any telephonic conversations have been done on this topic or have been raised on this topic. No, this is my personal opinion to create this video, because yes, I see lot many flaws happening on the days of Navratras. I see lot many flaws happening at the name of goddess Durga or goddess Kali, and which is something which really disappoints me a lot and makes me angry also sometimes. So I thought of talking about this sensitive and a very sensitive topic on YouTube. And I don't know how you people will take it, but it is my responsibility to talk about truth, no matter somebody likes it or somebody does not likes it. That is really something that I really don't care about, because if I start caring about people's likes and dislikes, the truth will never be revealed. Okay, so let's get started. Now, what I'm trying to talk about in this video of Navratras, first of all, what are the 9 days that we're talking about? This is for the overseas clients or the foreign clients who are, partially aware, or they have heard about the 9 goddesses that we have in India, but are not very much sure as to what is it all about. Now, again, without complicating and getting into the technicalities, I will talk about that. Since we practice these 9 auspicious days of Navratras, just think these are the most powerful days which come twice in a year. Of course, every month there are secret Navratras which takes place as per the Panchang, but then the most important ones and the relevant ones which are there are twice, which happens in the year. One is coming up in the month of April, 8th of April this year. So these 9 days are very high energy days. A very positive aura is created all around, and why we pray that we can actually absorb those auras and those vibrations around us or within us through our prayers and through our enchantings that we do in these 9 days. This is for the foreign clients, and I'm trying to explain them in the most simplest form. And we have 9 goddesses that each day belongs to one particular goddess that we pray. That's why it said 9 days of Navratras. Okay, so now coming back to this particular topic. Now, few things that I want to talk about is that please do not do or do not ever think of doing when it comes to Navratras or Sapshati Part. Sapshati Part is one of the books, the very important books of Goddess Durga that consist of these 9 goddesses and the stories of what happens in these 9 days and what all Goddess Durga did for her devotees. So this is what the book talks about. Now, of course, I can't give more details and the technicalities, because that's really not advisable. It's a very secretive thing and the most powerful thing that we're actually talking about. So even if I say something little wrong, I would just pray and the goddess forgives me, that whatever little knowledge I have, but definitely the flaws that I see in the society these days. First of all, there is something called as Jagrans that we do these days, and Jagrans is that you have the whole night, you have to be awake, and whole night you have to pray and read the Sapshati Part that I'm talking about, the holy book of Goddess Durga and the 9 goddesses, which actually come from Goddess Durga itself. So when you actually talk about Jagrans these days, I see a whole social event happening at the name of Jagrans. It's something like the singers are called, of course the food, the sattvic food is created in which no onion and no garlic is used, because it's supposed to be a very pure aspect of praying to this goddess. Durga, and the dancing is happening, and the whole social event is happening, and people are coming and dressing themselves as if they're going for some kind of a marriage. And the worst part that really irritates me about this whole thing is that these days, based on the film tunes of Bollywood music, the prayers or the songs of Goddess Durga are played in the Jagratras or in the Jagrans that we call, and people are dancing, and people are it's like a social event. I see no form of respect. I see no form of spiritualism, and no form of devotion when it comes to these Jagratras or Jagrans that I'm talking about. And I'm sure that each one of you are seeing this, and but I don't know why. I mean, I don't go to such Jagrans, with due respect. It's not disrespecting Goddess, but I don't want to be a part of any such activity where I see there is no set of devotion, there is no set of prayers or clean heart. It's just that yes, we have given this much amount of money to the singers, we have given this much amount of money to the people who are actually making the food, and it's just a show off socializing event, especially in the metropolitan cities I'm talking about, especially in Delhi. It is massive in Delhi. So this is something which definitely works in the other way around for you. It backfires, and it will backfire one day, I'm telling you. This is a serious no. I mean, I see children going and doing strange things. These I even see that there are soft toys, or these are dummies of tigers, and I don't know what all is happening in these days in these Jagrans. This is no way to create or to conduct a Jagran of such a powerful and such a sacred energy. You have made a small Disneyland out of it. I mean, yes, people who are watching, and if they have done any sort of Jagrans in their previous history, you have done a very big blunder. I mean, I see people throwing money and tigers of tiger dummies, and those soft toys like Disneyland has its own characters are being created, and they're dancing and they're playing with kids. And what is this? I mean, you can easily go to Disneyland, or you can go to any of these amusement parks for that. Why you have to do this as per a socializing event? I mean, there is what I'm trying to say is that intention is not to pray or to have devotion towards the goddess. The intention is to show people that see such a lavish arrangement we have done for the goddess. It is not for the goddess, it is for your own social status that you're doing this. Now you're using the name of Goddess Durga for your own social status. But then people who are watching this video, few of you will say that no ma'am, it's nothing like that. We had full devotion. We really internally we have so much of praise, and we have so much of cleanliness and devotion towards the goddess. It is our form of showing our love and support. No, if this is the form, please change it. Please change it. Please make some changes. First of all, I do not recommend these kind of social events happening. And people, you should not even attend these kind of social events, because you are being a part of a bad karma. This is something a completely show of business. This is no devotion. Simple way to deal with or to have the blessings of Goddess Durga is not by throwing money on some singers who are playing film music, or people who are just giving food or giving the prasad of Goddess Durga in the name of prasad and everything. Instead of that, you should be definitely making food for the poor, or just doing some sort of a langar, what you call when you give food with clean heart and soul on a roadside, or maybe in your own society or something. You can do that for the needy people. That is something what the idea is. Goddess does not need your food. She has enough food to eat. She doesn't need your food. What she's trying to say is that through this, you give food to that particular day. You give food to people who are needy, not to the people who have enough money, and you creating a dinner party or a afternoon lunch for them. Don't do that. Now the way to achieve blessing is, one is this that I've told you. Second, not to attend these kind of social events or show off events as per the Delhi culture or any metropolitan city culture. It's really not happening. This is really not good for you as karma's cycle also. Thirdly, the most important thing, When it comes to Jagran, means you have to be awake the whole night and do prayers and read the chapters of Goddess Durga, which is given in the Saptashati book. You can do it yourself in the house, first of all, with your own family members, being awake the whole night. Pick up that book. Goddess is is intelligent enough to understand your intention level. It's not that it has to be 100% correct. You cannot recite things in the book in Sanskrit. You can recite those things in Hindi language. The translation is given there. Go ahead, read that in Hindi language, and I'm sure people who are Indians would know Hindi. You even have a Saptashati book in English translations, so even you can read that. It is the intention what matters. You are reading, God understands the language, every intention, every vibration, God understands. It's not about the language, it's about the intentions and the vibration which is being created through that intention when you're reading that book. You don't have to be a specialized Pandit for it, or any specialized guru for reading that book. You know how to read, you can just read it. Sit with your family, that's called a private Jagran, and recite that book 9 days, and you have 9 days to finish that book. The 9th day that book should be finished. Okay. The other complications, of course, I understand that not everybody can do, because then you have to go through a certain format and a certain amount of ritual that only the specialist will know who is into this occupation. But as far as the intention and taking blessings of Goddess Durga is concerned, you don't have to create a whole celebration or a whole ritual of show off business out there. No, that's not going to happen. Stop doing this immediately if you're doing this. Okay, and this is a hardcore truth that I'm telling you. You like it, you do not like it. You sit in the house, pick up that book, start reading it through your intention. Instead of calling the Pandit, you can do it yourself. You want to call the Pandit and get this done? Great, go ahead. But still, as far as I am concerned, my experience says if you will do it yourself, try doing it, you will definitely get more blessings rather than anybody else doing it for you. Now, we talk about that we do Saptashati parts in private Jagrans. That is written in our site that we do private Jagrans on Saptashati part. What are those? Those are simply, the way we conduct it is, definitely we don't be a part of any social gathering, or if somebody has called us, that okay, we give you this much amount of money, please come and do this private Jagran. We don't indulge ourselves with that, but it's not needed. You send your photographs of your whole family members on the mail, time of birth, date of birth, gotra, everything. That more details can be given to you once you write the mail to us for private Jagrans. We will conduct the private Jagran for you these 9 days in a secretive manner, because everything is not given, all the mantras or all the hidden mantras are not given in the Saptashati book. That is something which those precious mantras are only with the specialist, and not also with all the specialists. It depends on what kind of sadhana and what kind of spiritual degrees they have or energies they have. So of course we do in a certain way, in a more specialized way, private Jagrans, and once that's done, the prasad is, or the blessings are sent to you through the courier packets, and your private Jagran is done only in a very private aspect, without anybody knowing that you've gone through it. And because anything spiritual, any energy, any clean energy does not want propaganda, does not seeks for any sort of show off or letting people know that yes, I have done this for the goddess, or any supreme force. That's really not needed. That is something hated by them. If any sort of these praises or extra propaganda or publicity stunts are created, that's really not happening. So please don't do this blunder during these Navratra days. Pick up your own book and do it, or if you want to contact us for private Jagrans, there's a certain format for it. Go through the website, contact us, we will let you know that how it can be done. This I thought I should be telling you on YouTube, because Navratras are just arriving. You can do this yourself and save yourself from bad karmas which will be attached on you further on. So thank you very much. I hope you have great Navratras in a correct way this year. Goodbye.